Lekki Tollgate, mothers protest in Lagos insist that their children died. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. Mothers who claim to have lost their children to the Lekki Tollgate shooting have protested in Lagos. The angry and bitter mothers protested on the front of a deputy governor's residence in Ikoyi on Thursday, December 2nd. Recall that the Lagos State Government Judicial Panel of Inquiry that 9 persons were killed. Some mothers who claim to have lost their children to the Lekki Tollgate shooting protested in Lagos State, specifically the women, which was led by the Just Adetun, one of the NSAS protesters. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu invited for a peace walk staged their protest in front of a deputy governor's residence in Ikoyi. The woman could be heard in a video shared by Guardian singing Dutch songs and challenging the Lagos State Governor. Recall that the Lagos State government recently rejected the findings of a judicial panel of inquiry that 9 persons were killed at the Lekki Tollgate on October 20th, 2020. According to a 41-page white paper released by the state government, the report of a panel which said 9 deaths were recorded at Lekki Tollgate on 20th October 2020 is baffling because the panel offered no explanation regarding the circumstances of their death. This position has, however, not gone with millions of Nigerians who accuse the government of cover-up. Meanwhile, following the protest by the mothers, many Nigerians have disclosed their displeasure on how the Lagos State government handled the panel findings. In his reaction, Tunde Akonde wrote on his Facebook page, "This is the beginning of the end of this for this administration. Injustice cannot go on. Let the lackeys of these merchants of theirs go town with their mayhem and threats. They certainly have ended their stay in power. Tinubu will never be president in 2023. This is the word of God." However, others called for caution, insisting that Nigerians must be sure that the protesters are real mothers of the victims. All of you claiming there was no one killed. You said you wanted to see relatives of the dead. Now you said they are paid and rented. Why are they just coming out now? Can you for once listen to yourselves? You mean a panel the government set up themselves decided to go against them? This is a good move. At least government will be able to get face into the claims, take their data and compensate them. Hope the families of other victims can come out too. There is a need to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that these women whom the tune has led in this demonstration truly lost their child or children at the Lekki Tollgate. The proofs must be convincing enough to silence those who are playing politics with human lives and future of the youth in this country. Silence is a crime in the face of injustice. Another form of gaslighting mode activated from the government. You see now, people will come out and say, the internet is going to be agog with this particular news. The internet will be agog. While, of course, you have to tread with caution to be sure that these people coming out to protest, we are really, really, really the mothers of these children. No problem. No problem. If they are really the mothers of these children, if you ask them why they waited so long, I believe they are going to tell you that they thought this matter would go down. But the way it is going, there are some things like you want to overlook from the beginning. Let me overlook this thing. With the way people were threatened, we saw immediately that protest happened. People were being threatened immediately. The switch herself was being threatened. A lot of people were being picked up even after the protest. Now, these people have been wailing silently. They have been wailing silently. And of course, they have been listening to the news. So let's say even they have gotten across them to tell them, oh, come out and testify. Oh, come out and testify. Are we not seeing? Of course, we have been listening to the news. We have heard and we have seen cases of where the people who witnessed, who came out, oh, I'm a witness, this thing happened, and people died. They have been threatened, there have been some of them beaten up, some of them they have been sent threat letters. Now, just maybe, they decided to change their mind. But the truth of the matter is, Nigerians cannot be gaslighted. Even if you gaslight like 10%, you cannot gaslight the whole 100%. That is just the truth. You cannot take away the fact that indeed there was a massacre. To be sincere, you cannot. It is an insult to the dead. Sincerely, no. A lot of people are going to throw in their comments. People who have been, leveraging on the fact that they did not come out. We all know Nigeria in this country. Those that came out to testify that indeed the soldiers came, the police came, they shot at them and took bodies. Those that said they witnessed it. Sincerely, some of them in prison. Some of them have received threats. Some of them have actually been, beaten to a pulp just because their crime is because I came out and say the truth. And if you're on this table of being gullible with people's life, let you know that if you are always doubting when it comes to your turn, nobody prays for this zone. What if it happens to you and you are coming out and, you are saying this thing, and because maybe you do not have evidences, you have decided to keep mute about, to become about it, you don't have evidence. Somebody is coming to tell you, oh, this thing that happened to you is a lie. You are just making it up. How does it feel? Especially when it is that somebody died. Like that trauma is tormenting. So maybe they came out because, now, you cannot kill our loved one. Then you make us like, no, we are not crazy. Our loved one died. Yes, they decided to speak up. The most important thing now, if those women are genuine, that it is that they came out to speak up. Because there's a level of how you're going to deny something and deny it. It will be as if, no, I'm going crazy. Let me speak up. People died, for crying out loud. People died.